I've been trying to lose weight my whole life, and I haven't managed to lose weight until I figured this out. So I knew everything about weight loss. I knew you need to be in a calorie deficit to lose weight. I knew you need to be, walking, having some form of cardio. I knew I need to, train, and I train consistently. I knew all of these things. Get sleep, everything, hydrate, veggies, protein, more protein. I knew everything. But I have never made that jump where I lost weight. For 2, 3, 4, 5 years, I've struggled with it. I've struggled sticking to a diet. I've struggled sticking to a regime that will help me stay in a calorie deficit and stick to that calorie deficit. Like when the weekends come, I would just be like, oh, this doesn't even work. Like who cares? I'm just gonna binge on these chips and binge on these like chocolate bars over here that I have. So every single time I went and tried to actually lose weight, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this, right? Something pulled me back. Like every single time I tried to, something was pulling me back. And I haven't thought about this until just right now, just today or recently. It's been kind of hovering over my head. Like, how was I able to make this transformation over here? Because like anytime I tried in the past, it just didn't work. Like as I explained, like I would just overeat, I would just binge, I would just forget about diet and just like go back to my old routine, go back to my old lifestyle, and that's it. Like ramp up the weight back up, right? Even if I lost like 1 to 2 pounds, 3 pounds, 4 pounds, 5 pounds, I would just sabotage myself and just essentially go back to my old place. So it bothered me, like I didn't know what was going on. And I know that a lot of people who want to lose weight struggle with this, and probably you yourself too. And this is a big struggle, and nobody talks about this. Nobody talks about this. Everyone talks about tips and tricks and tactics and calorie deficit and diet plan and training plan and cardio routine. Cardio routine. This cardio routine is the best. This is like you should walk. Nobody talks about this, what I'm going to tell you in this video. So what has changed? What made me, go from someone who would be on a streak, on a good streak for like 3, 4, 5 days, even 2 weeks sometimes. But then when the weekend came, I would just like binge the hell out of my fridge and go buy some chips and just be like, whatever. Like I cannot even lose weight. Like I'm just this, like this is me, this is my genetics. Like I'm just overweight, I'm just fat, and that's it. Like who cares? Like, right? I'm not even going to try this because there is no results, right? And sorry, I keep repeating myself, but it's this important. So what has changed is I just thought about it as the today and these past couple of days it's been kind of hovering on my head. I changed. I changed. My self-image, the way I see myself, the way I think who am I has changed. And I want you to really think deep about this and really, really listen to me right now. Because this is going to change your life if you really adopt it, okay? So I want you to understand that we as humans, we are essentially nothing. We have this perception of who we are. We have like, oh, I've always done this way, therefore I'm this, right? And we always go through life finding ourselves, right? Everyone talks about, stick to your roots, be yourself, all these things. So we go through life essentially asking ourselves, who am I? And we develop this self-image, this picture of ourselves that is so strong, and this identity that is so strong that we 100% believe that that's who we are. And society teaches us that, people are just people, and all people are unique, and all people are, like you're just who you are. Like you're just yourself, and you cannot, be anyone else but yourself, right? That's what schools teach us. That's what everyone thinks. Society thinks. That's your friends think. That's what your family thinks. Like we all, as a whole, as a society, has developed this question of who we are, and we go through our lives asking ourselves that question. Oh, this is the group of friends I'm friends with. This is, sorry, let me, okay, the battery is low, so I'm gonna be quick. So we go through life asking, okay, what music do I like to listen to? What friends do I like to be with? What foods do I like? Who am I? Like, am I a foodie? Am I not a foodie? Am I a type of who's a type who was in high school athletic, who likes work, who likes I don't know, uh, beer, talking with friends. We develop like we go through life and be like, oh, this is me, this is not me, this is me, this is not me, this is me, this is not me. But I'm here to tell you that you are not who you are. You are not who you think you are. You're just who you think you are. And I know this probably sounds like, what the hell is this dude talking about, but hear me out. This is a really complex topic, so I'm gonna try to compress it into simple things for you. You are not who you are right now. And who you are right now has the body that you have right now. And if you try to change your body right now, if you want to lose, like if you try to lose weight right now as who you are, you will never be able to do that. Because your old self will pull you back to who you think you are. So for example, if I tell myself, oh, every Friday, I'm the type of person who every Friday and every Saturday, I just order the hell out of food, because that's who am I. Because I get stressed at work, and I'm busy all the time. And when Friday and Saturday comes, I just buy some chips, buy some pizza, and that's just who am I. I've been like that for 10 years, and that's just who am I. That will cost you a lot, because anytime you try to change through willpower, you won't be able to, because you'll be like, oh, like, what am I doing? Like, if you try to eat healthy, if you try to not order, your identity will be like, oh, what are you doing? This is not you. Order that food. And you'll be like, oh, right, this is not me. This is not me. I'm just gonna order the food. But the trick is to change your self-identity, change your self-image, change how you see yourself, become a different person. Become someone who is not that, but someone who is disciplined, who sticks to the diet, who trains consistently, who sleeps on a schedule, who goes for 30 to 60 minutes walks every single day, who does cardio, who drinks water. You have to start seeing yourself differently. Start seeing yourself as already fit, as already healthy, as already lean. What would the fit, healthy, and lean and slim version of you do? That's what you need to become. And you need to become that today. And every time you go through a life, you have to be asking, okay, for example, your name is John, right? You'd go through life, everyday life, and you ask, okay, fit John. What would fit John do in this situation? Would he eat a donut, or would he eat, some chicken and rice? For example, this is just an example. I'm not saying you need to be chicken and rice, and strict diets. That is a problem in its own. You need to have flexible diet. You need to have a system that actually works and that is sustainable. But you have to go through life you have to go through life changing yourself, changing who you think you are. And this is what I did. I changed. I realized that I'm not who am I. I realized that I can change, and that myself is malleable, and that I'm essentially just a nothing. I'm just like atoms in like, I'm just like blood and like skin, and that's it. I'm not like, if I were to ask you like who you are, define yourself. Well, you'll be like, oh, I like this, I hang out with these friends, but who you are, like who you are, you cannot explain it because it doesn't exist. So I realized this, and I realized that I can change. And then I realized that I need to change my beliefs, and that you can change your beliefs, right? Because when you change your beliefs, you change your actions. For example, if you believe that you are this type of person, then your actions are naturally going to align with that belief. Because it's contradictory to, for example, believe that you cannot swim. I don't know, this is a stupid example, but like, I believe that I cannot learn to swim. Well, you will never try to learn to swim because you believe with 100% certainty that you can never learn to swim, right? But you have to change the belief. Oh, I can learn to swim. Then you will try. And then you will actually experience feedback, which will circle that, like it will go like this, right? So we have belief and we have here action. So you have to have belief, then you take action, that the action reinforces plus minus into the belief, and then belief plus minus is the action. And this is where you get exponential results. This is how this happens. All right. I started believing that I am the person who can stick to the diet. I started believing that I'm the person who is healthy, who is fit, who has six-pack abs. I've never had six-pack abs in my entire life. Entire life. I was a fat kid, super fat kid. And I was like, oh, this is just my genetics. But then I shifted and I was like, oh, I have six-pack abs. Even before I had six-pack abs, I was like, yeah, I have six-pack abs. I can easily get six-pack abs. Like, I stick to my diet easily. Like, I hit my calories every single day. I hit my protein targets every single day. And that's what you need to do. That's what you need to do. Nobody talks about this. But yourself doesn't exist. It's malleable and you can become anything and anyone you want. You just have to start seeing yourself like that. And then once you start doing that, your actions are naturally going to correspond to that new self-image that you have developed. And that's when it all clicks, and that's when you get results like this one. All right? And this is the same thing that happened with my client Ziad, right? The same thing that happened with my client Ziad. Before he came to me, he was a completely different person than who he is right now. He's 40 pounds down. He has changed completely his life. His whole wardrobe is like right now S. He was wearing like 2XL, 3XL. It's crazy. He works out consistently. Like, I don't know if he missed a single workout in the last 6 months, 5-6 months. Meals consistently, because he sees himself as that type of person right now. He sees himself as fit and healthy and lean, and someone who is disciplined, committed, and is able to endure through the pain. All right. So I know this video is a bit of like maybe like woo-woo or something like that, but trust me, like this is super crucial, and this single thing will completely, like, will help you more than any shiny object, workout plan, workout split, diet plan, this and that. It will change your life. If it changes your life, just realize that you're not who you are. You're always becoming someone, and that you can become anything you want and anyone you want. So that's about it for this video. Yeah, like this video if you enjoyed it. You can subscribe as well, and also comment below if you found it helpful, if you found it valuable, and as well follow me on Instagram. So I will put the first link in the description. It will be Instagram. That's where I'm the most active. And yeah, that's about it. If you have any questions, you can also send me a message on IG, and I can help you out with this if you have any specific questions about the video, this whole video and everything. Because it's very hard to put all of this into like a short, like 10 to 15 minute video. So that's about it. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you will take some value out of it and go implement it in your life and get amazing results as, me and my client see it in this case. So yeah, that's about it. Talk to you in the next one. Bye.